Hey, everybody, Sabran Walker from Walker Creative, of course, and we are doing a podcast, or I guess I could call it a vodcast. And we have a guest today, James Hipkin. He owns Innately. James, welcome. Great to have you today.
My pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah, we are going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and its application for small business owners and medium-sized business owners everywhere. This AI tool, Chat GPT, and this stuff is just popping up everywhere. If you're paying attention to digital marketing or you're looking at how to use different tools, this is the most popular conversation I think that is out there. Would you agree, James?
Absolutely. It's the shiny thing that everybody is being blinded by right now.
Completely. And so, James, do you want to give a little more background on yourself, just so everybody sort of knows where you're coming from?
Yeah, I have a very long career in high-end marketing and advertising, 4 countries on 3 continents. I've worked with a lot of really big brands, big budgets, all that. 10 years ago, I had an opportunity to buy a vendor. And this was supposed to be my semi-retirement. My wife teases me about what part of working from 8 in the morning till 6 at night is semi-retired. But anyway, I still to this day just really, really love and get great satisfaction out of helping business owners use marketing to drive their business successfully. And I'm focused on websites.
Yeah.
The website is the most valuable digital asset that a business owns. Most of them are terrible.
Yeah.
And the reason they're terrible is an absence of strategy. And my background and expertise is in marketing strategy and marketing communication strategy and all of that. So I'm applying that knowledge to the world of websites. And so that's sort of in a very, very briefly, high level, my background and where I'm coming from as a marketing strategist, and then applying that knowledge to the practical aspects of, creating growth, using marketing as a business owner.
Fantastic. And it's great to have you with us. I mean, we've spoken in actual person, we've did a workshop together in California. And not to deviate from our subject today, which is going to be AI, artificial intelligence, but websites, I am shocked and excited by the fact that what you said is so true, that as business owners, we can think, well, everybody's got great websites and the competition is so tough right now. Mm-hmm. I would say when I talk to potential clients and people, all over the country, we still have a situation where 65% of the businesses out there and the competition out there has, to be blunt, crappy websites. And there's so much to gain just in that one aspect of your marketing and setting up this fundamental business presence with your website. So we should actually do a whole nother podcast just about all the details of that, because I think people miss that aspect of how important that is and how powerful it can be as a game changer, because the competition is way behind you in many cases.
In many cases, that's exactly right. And it really, truly doesn't take a whole lot of adjustment to turn something into just being a checkbox on my list of things I need to do, and turning it into a powerful fulcrum that maximizes the impact of your marketing.
Completely. Okay, guys. Well, let's jump back to the point we're here to talk about today, AI. Now, many of us, and James, I think we talked about this a little bit, Terminator, in the 80s brought this idea
Skynet.
What's that?
Skynet,
yes. There's these movies who have, sort of presented us with AI, and it could be this incredibly dangerous thing, and computers can be so smart that they'll outsmart humans and just get rid of us. But the real background of artificial intelligence is this guy, John McCarthy. I looked this up, right? I used artificial intelligence to look up where it came from. Mm-hmm. And so it is this guy, John McCarthy. He coined the term in 1956 in a lecture at Dartmouth College, right? And his research team was developing machine learning and how to use this concept, which he said was artificial intelligence, to improve the way machines could support humanity. So that's sort of where we begin, 1956. And now we jump, 60 to 70 years later, 70 years of development time to what we have today with Google and now Chat GPT, which is this tool that's now put in the hands of consumer level people to use this incredible tool. So here's where we start the conversation.
Absolutely. And it's been around for a long time. It's this overnight success that's been in the works for 60 years.
It's totally true.
And AI, artificial intelligence, is the buzzword, but you said something really important: machine learning. And really underneath it, it's not artificial intelligence, it's machine learning. And it's machines learning based on the data set that they've been given. And direct marketers have been using this with their predictive algorithms for years and years and years. Their ability to predict what is most likely to happen next based on past behavior. This is another example of machine learning. One of my colleagues and friends and occasional consulting client is a guy named Tom Kaler, who's been working in machine learning and this space. He wrote his PhD thesis on it at Rutgers, and he is the same age as me. He's been doing this a long time. So this has been around for quite a while. It's just become prevalent. And your point about ChatGPT, now there's a tool set that a day-to-day person can use. You don't need mainframe computers. You don't need computer scientists. There's now a tool, and that's the evolution. That's the innovation that is making the power of this capability available to a practical day-to-day business owner.
Yeah, and I see that, or small business owners, and a small business owner who is himself or herself also a consumer, see this every day related to if you make a phone call to book an airplane flight, and you get guided through AI to the right location to get information. Because these companies, these big corporations, are using AI to hopefully make it easier on the consumer, but also cut their budgets by having computers take care of you instead of like just rows and rows of humans on phones. We're also seeing it related to web chats, and you go to a website like you build every day, James, and you have these web chat tools that use AI to help the consumer to purchase the right thing or find the question and the answer to the question or something like this, right?
Exactly right. I mean, and it's also existed in popular culture. I mean, you'll remember the book that became a movie with Brad Pitt called Moneyball. And that's an example of machine learning where they're using, rather than choosing baseball players based on what the scout feels in their gut, they started looking at the statistics and looking at past performance as a predictor of future behavior.
Everybody should rewatch. That's a great movie, Moneyball. Brad Pitt, and then he's the sort of down and out coach, I think, or manager.
Yep.
And then who's the sort of like the nerd guy that comes up with the math? Who's that character again?
I forget his name, but yeah, he basically is the one that turns the math into practical application.
Yes.
Which is really what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Is how do you turn the math into a practical tool that can actually affect their business?
Right. Now, while and to get really practical in this conversation for people watching and business owners or people that want to use this Chat GPT, like I have multiple clients that are like, how can I use this? They ask me, what is this Chat PT? Or they don't even know how to say it right? They're just like, this thing I've heard about. Is it something that will make my life easier? A very practical use that I wanted to bring up at this point was content creation. Gary Vaynerchuk, these influencers, Grant Cardone, many of these influencers out there, and someone I really love to listen to is Gary V. They're like, you have to start using Chat GPT or the different, I think there's a few different apps, and I think you're going to tell us about that, to create content. And it's an incredible tool now, which is sort of like the next thing. We have chatbots and virtual assistants. We have the tools that help us as consumers to find what we're looking for. And then what you've said, predictive analytics. But let's talk about if I want to write a blog, very practical. If I am a business owner and I sell, I have a car repair business, and I want to have a website that's got great content in it, that is SEO optimized, so that when people are looking for car repair in my town or region, there's a lot of blog content that talks about how you can take care of your car.
Right.
Well, you can use Chat GPT to write a blog in virtually 20 minutes. You can get the content together in a minute and then edit that, because you have your human and personal creativity as a business owner and your own approach to it, which you have to apply. You can't get away with it all, right? But you can use Chat GPT, get the app, and you can put in questions, and you get you get a sense of it. Even Gary V, in a chat, in literally like a video chat he was doing, was like, you're not perfect all at once, but you start to use it, and you can see within minutes you can have the content. Then you edit it, and instead of hiring, and I hate to say this because I have a marketing agency, right? But if you have a few minutes of time on your hands, you can put a blog together, if you're a website, in about 30 minutes and be done with it as something very useful.
Yeah, there's all kinds of practical applications, and you're raising an important point. And what makes the success with using the tools is asking it the right questions. I'll give you an example. People get intimidated, and my clients are the same way. They'll get intimidated. I know I need to create this content, but I don't know where to begin.
Yes.
And my response to them will be, but you can talk about the content. You can talk about what you're doing. Oh yeah, I can talk about it. I said, well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put together the 6 questions that your client's most likely to ask you. And then I want you to answer those questions, and I want you to record that information. Then we're going to use an AI like Otter AI to transcribe that recording. And then we're going to take that transcription and we're going to put it into Chat GPT, and we're going to ask Chat GPT, we're going to give Chat GPT some instructions. You are an excellent B2C copywriter. You have 10 years of experience. You are focused on the automotive sector. You understand consumer problems deeply. I want you to rewrite the following content into a 750-word blog post. And then you take your transcript that you just talked, put it in, and ChatGPT will spit out a 750-word blog post based on that transcript. So tell it who it is, tell it the format you're looking for, give it the clear instructions, and then give it a task. And if you go through that simple step, and I don't think I've said anything here that's going to frighten anyone, that's going to result in now you're still going to want to read through that thing. You're going to want to make sure that the output is accurate, but it's based on what you've said.
Yeah. It's your words. It's helping
your
you write
words. Exactly.
You made me realize as well, you can also get, which is really useful with the concept of a blog or even a web page about a service. Let's say you take the subject of veterinary medicine. I have a lot of veterinary clients. Let's say there's a veterinarian. You're a veterinarian, right? You're watching this podcast that James and I are doing here. Let's say you want to market vet dental, right? So you could go to ChatGPT and you could type in, what are the current statistics about pet dental and blood poisoning, liver disease, death? You could literally ask for current statistics on dentistry for animals.
Right.
As blunt as I just said it.
Mm-hmm.
And it will literally spit out all these statistics that you can use. Now, talk about factual data that you can now use that to
Mm-hmm.
then dump into a blog. Now you can go, good. Now, tell me about what is pet dental. Now
Mm-hmm.
It'll literally pump out 3 paragraphs about what pet dental is.
Yep.
So now you've got either a services page about pet dental for your website,
Right.
right? Or you have a blog about dentistry for animals. You can use it either way you want. I'm just saying,
Or both ways.
or both ways. Talk about another way to do it. How about you take that, you read it over, you have a couple stats, you make a few notes, and you take one of these amazing devices. This is something that, these incredible devices, they're called phones. They're called smartphones. Take this, stick it on one of these, little tripods we all have, right? Or you should get off Amazon for $49.95. Stick your phone on it, right? And now do a little video about pet dental.
Right.
Right. Because you got the information right there. You got some statistics you can talk about. And then you say, you should come see us if you have any questions about pet dental, because your pet can be this much healthier. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So just one application, because video is so powerful and it can help us get information for great video, blogs, web pages that are SEO optimized for the keywords you're selling products for.
Right.
I don't know. You just sort of, James, you just sort of got me going on that, because I just realized there's so many very owner level, business manager level things we can do with this.
Exactly right. And it really, think of Chat GPT and these tools, think of it as a highly skilled intern.
Oh, wow. Yes.
That you can unleash. You give the intern some basic instructions, go get me some information. And this highly skilled intern comes back with your information. Then you can take that information and build on it. The thing about ChatGPT, each session you create, it's machine learning. It remembers what you've been talking about in that session. So you can say, for example, give me the 5 most important concerns that a consumer has around pet dental. Comes back with 5 concerns. And you think to yourself, well, 3 of these are just like, yeah, I hear this from my clients all the time. That's you applying your knowledge to what the intern has given you. Then you take those 3 that are powerful and you say, okay, what are the, give me a blog post outline for this first question. Then it will give you an outline. Then you ask it to give you 2 or 3 paragraphs against each one of the bullet points in the outline. Literally within 20 minutes, you've got a blog post that's been prepared that you can now apply your knowledge and experience. The one thing I just want to emphasize, at least today, it's not, in my experience, and I've been using this frequently, it's not a huge time saver, because you still have to edit. You still have to put your spin on it. You still have to bring your personality into it.
Yeah.
But it is a productivity booster.
It really is, because I have, in my use of it as well, I feel like we both agree. There isn't really a way to remove the human. We are creative beings that have our own take on it, and we own our businesses. We have our passion and our what we want to help whoever our clientele is. That's us. And our websites and our blogs, you have to come through that. That has to be there. You're not McDonald's. You're not McDental office, right? You're not McVet office. We just did a great website for a veterinarian up in Philadelphia area. And it was really beautiful working with this vet, because she really wanted to make sure that the text and the copy within her website was so her message, very family oriented. So anyway, your point well taken is that it helps you get your tasks done and make it so you can add your creativity to it.
It's a productivity booster. It's not a time saver.
Yeah.
And but it lets you add you're putting your energy into the stuff that really matters.
Yeah.
You're not putting your energy into the sort of the stuff that an intern could be doing.
You could even say, give me 5 blog titles for the veterinary industry today. I mean, what it'll do probably is give you 5 titles, and 2 or 3 of them might be excellent, and just start your mind working of, okay, good, let's do it about that. Then you ask more questions, and then there you go, off to the races again with another blog.
Right. If you'd like, I can show you a practical example of this in action. It's nothing to do with vets, but it will give you and give your audience like a really practical example of how this could work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why don't we show them here? I think I've set it so you can share your screen. Why don't you share your screen and show Chat GPT and do a little example? That would be wonderful.
Okay, so I've been working on a blog post about content marketing.
Okay, well, let's now see. Okay, good. And when you're ready to show us, go to the home page for Chat GPT so everybody can sort of see at whatever point you want to. So it's chatopenai.com.
Yes, chat.openai.com.
Okay, so that is what everybody's talking about, Chat GPT. It's at chat.openai.com. Okay, good.
Right. And there's 2 forms of it. There's GPT 3.5 and there's GPT 4. 3.5 is the sort of more stable of the 2 of them. 4 is sort of the beta of the next generation.
Gotcha.
I spend most of my time in 3.5. Occasionally, I'll run the same questions in 4, and I will get different responses. 4 is a bit smoother. It's a bit more sophisticated.
Gotcha.
But in this particular case, I was working on this article for content marketing, and I wanted to include a resource section in the article. So I said to it, okay, what are the resources that people should be considering? So I asked that question. I asked the question, you are an expert content marketer. You have many years of experience and a deep understanding of content marketing techniques and methodologies. Please provide a list of the most important content marketing resources. Please write in the English language. And then it came back with this list, which was really good. Now, it didn't, this is all stuff that I know, but like a good intern, it saved me, and then it allowed me to apply my knowledge against this list. A couple of these things, like the Google Analytics Academy, I'm like, eh. And one of the things it didn't talk about was keyword research. And content marketing, keyword research is very important for content marketing.
Yeah.
And I use a tool that you're probably familiar with, Sabran, Keywords Everywhere. Very, very powerful, very simple. It's a browser extension that allows you to do keyword research very efficiently. Well, Keywords Everywhere, if I turn it on, because they charge you for every usage, so I'd have to turn it on and off, has created extensions for Chat GPT. So if I do a new chat, and now I have, let me just refresh my screen. Now I've got this button up here, which has been placed there by Keywords Everywhere, and I have this down here. And if I click templates, now it pulls up, it helps me build a prompt. Choose my category. Okay, so it's going to be copywriting. choose a subcategory, content writing, choose a template, right?
Yeah. Nice.
Content titles. Now it's going to ask me, what's the topic? So, vet dentistry, right?
Yeah.
So now I ask it to execute the template.
That's amazing. And these are all top keyword optimized.
Keyword optimized. It's all built into the back end. They're using machine learning to help you be more productive.
And everybody watching this realize that this is making you more effective. Even let's say you hire James and Innately to do your website, or you're working with Walker Creative to do all your marketing. Realize we are now using more of these tools, just like James just showed us, to make the work we do for you even better. I mean, it makes the optimization we, let's say, would have done years ago in a human way by our own research and fingers and hours of homework. Now we can do it in a bit of a shorter time frame and get all this feedback that helps us be even more effective for you as a client of our companies.
Right. A really practical application of this, when we're doing websites, we often get clients will supply us with copy. And their copy is almost always what I call inside out. They talk all about themselves, and it's very feature rich and you know what they do and all the amazing things they do.
Yeah.
Well, the reality is people who are arriving at the website are looking for a solution to their problem.
That is exactly right.
And so what I created was a prompt. Hang on for just a second. That my content specialists, the women we train to design and build the websites, use to convert these feature-oriented paragraphs into benefit-oriented paragraphs. So
Amazing. So
we
smart.
take the headline converter. You give me a feature-focused headline, right?
Mm-hmm. We have the best technology.
20 years of experience.
Yes, great one. They always, yep.
Of experience. Or it's a CPA firm. Our partners have 20 years of experience. Right?
Yep.
Okay, how that I need to convert that into a benefit-oriented headline.
Love it.
Right?
Love it.
We get this all the time. Now, if you're looking for a CPA firm and you arrive and there's a big old headline that says our partners have 20 years of experience, you're going to go, congratulations. That's awesome. How does this help me?
They could care less when they're thinking that they want to save $20,000 on their taxes.
Versus unleash the power of 2 decades of proven expertise with our trusted partners.
There we go. Love it.
Right?
Yep. What a great title too.
And so which are you most likely to respond to?
Mm-hmm.
And yet our clients, your clients, I mean, they're living in their bubble and they're very focused on their knowledge and expertise, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But you need to create communication that your clients are going to engage with and resonate with.
And this is good for everybody watching this podcast. No matter where you are, if you're a business owner or working within a company that you need to create content for, websites, blogs, whatever, remember this all the time. People are coming to solve a problem. So present your information as the ways you're solving the different problems. They could be coming to your homepage or to a landing page or however they're finding you.
Or an ad.
Or an ad, or a title of a YouTube video.
Yeah, people don't buy what you sell. People buy solutions to their problems.
Exactly.
And
That's
that
great.
distinction is super important.
Super important. I mean, it's a basic marketing piece of know-how, really. That, I mean, that is just so fundamental. Well, excellent on sharing that. We have a couple of minutes left to hang out together here and share knowledge with the world. Any last things about what you're excited about right now?
What excites me about this is, again, it's the productivity boost. There's, even for those of us who've been doing this for a long time, the blank piece of paper is intimidating.
It really is.
And I'm really skilled at this. You're really skilled at this. I mean, we've been doing this a long time, and still to this day, the blank piece of paper is intimidating. What this does is it lets me fill a blank piece of paper, because I think everybody in your audience will nod their head and acknowledge fixing something is so much easier than creating something.
Oh, I love, yeah, so true. I oftentimes will do a video and record myself and then use rev.com to transcribe it, which is another example of AI, where
Yes.
they just take what I've said and then they just give me a transcript, and I can edit the transcript into whatever I want. And editing something that's already there is always easier. So great
So
point.
much easier.
Great point.
And so what these AI tools do is they act as your intern. They fill the blank piece of paper with something.
Yes. Well,
and then you can apply your knowledge and expertise into fixing that something and turning it into something that's going to be very useful to your clients and to your customers.
Excellent. Great final point, James. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. Hope this helped everybody.